Johnny at Center.
Oh wait, I gotta put my shoes on now. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, I'm videotaping.
Oh.
So you just.
How's it going?
Even if it's not really expensive.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, I thought so.
Got it for you.
I haven't taken it off since like 2 days. I mean, I take it off, but I put it back on. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Right on the card. Okay, but it wasn't leave it because it's not here.
Right, but it's on the card.
Right. So.
They close by, but they.
Okay.
What's that photographer name?
Zamani.
Oh, here he is.
I'm messing up. I'm doing video now, though.
Okay.
I'm doing video now.
Hi, Linda. How are you? So happy to see
Perfect.
you. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Hi guys, it's Sharia Watson Moore with Stewart Financial Services. We're here June 14, 2016, celebrating another milestone in business. I'm here with my friend Anthony Stewart, big cousin, and we're just super excited to have this day to celebrate.
All right, we're excited to be here. We came all the way down here from Maryland. We're here with our other team members, and we're here to really get this thing jumped off in the city of brotherly love.
He's my big cousin.
Cousin, yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
How you doing, Sally?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
All right, Anthony, how you doing? All right.
And Angela, she actually invited Saran and I out to her church a few weeks ago. Oh, actually a few months ago.
Hi, how you doing? All right.
Hello. You can just grab some refreshments and.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Feeling exciting. I'm sorry.
You met Sally? Probably, yeah. Sally.
Out here? Oh no, did somebody go out here?
That only a sister can fuss about.
How you been? How was the move?
Tony, you didn't want to hold me anything?
Hi, everybody.
I was just over that corner last summer. That's what's up. Because that's what I was take a picture. No, she's like, you're
So hello everyone. You're gonna learn about me and Anthony Stewart a little bit more. But the question I had tonight is, could anybody tell me how much does a polar bear weigh? On my journey. About 2.5 years ago, I was working at a major insurance company, Prudential, okay? But I was in the service side helping agents like myself now, but they were called into the annuity service center and asked about their clients' 401ks, IRAs, all different kinds of accounts. And for like 2 years, I was a temp agent. I was a temp employee. I was just there wanting to get, you know, that permanent position so that I could secure my future. So I thought. I stayed there for 2.5 years as a temp, and they finally offered me a position here. But what I did was I would answer these questions from the agents, asking questions about how these policies work or plans work for their clients. And then what they would start to tell me is, you know, you've given me the best explanation of years of, you know, me calling the service center. Thank you so much for, you know, you bringing it down for me like that. This is going to help me close the deal with my client. And then, you know, me, I started being nosy, looking at their commission checks. $500, $5,000, $50,000 commission check. What? The people are making this kind of money? So I said, why is it that my check is the same every 2 weeks? No matter how much I know, or you know how smart I am, or you know what answer I gave, my check was still the same every 2 weeks. So I went on a mission to find how can I be an agent myself. And I started looking at all these different firms. The day before I was going to sign with a company called New York Life, my other family members said, hey, you know, you have a cousin who is a CEO of his own firm. I have a cousin, CEO of his own firm. Why are you guys just now telling me this? So long story short, if you ask Mr. Stewart, he'll tell you I wrote a 5-page letter. And I sent it to him on a Facebook message. Then I guess it took him like 2 days to read it because it was so long. Then it took him like 2.5 days to reply to me. Long story short, he replied to me, it's been all uphill since. And he's like one of my best friends. We're both Sagittarius. She's a Sag too. Oh yeah, look, Sag in the house.
What's another Sag?
Two more.
That's why we was right there. Okay.
Right. I mean, so to make a long story short.
They all love us. We life of
They do. Anthony Stewart has put me under his wing. I'm so happy that he has. Then we found out later on that every year that I went to the family reunion, I was actually eating his fish because he cooks the fish every year. So I knew him but didn't know him. But anyway, he's my cousin. So you know, I'm super excited that he's given me the opportunity to lead his Philadelphia office, to grow with him, to grow with my friends that are in the room that's on my team. If you don't mind raising your hand. My husband who walked in right always right on time. I just want to thank him too because he's always there. Like you guys see the pretty and the good and all that stuff on Facebook. And, you know, Facebook world is always happy, but there are sad times and down times and hard times too. And he's always right there, no matter what. So I was thankful for that. But yeah, that's my journey. Mary called me with Kim one day and said, Sharia, you're like the perfect person for this office. Come with us. I'm like, what? And so like the next day I was there. So thank you, Mary. Thank you, Kim, for this opportunity. I hope Anthony likes them. I mean, I hope he doesn't have anything to say about the colors.
Oh.
It's on his book. Beautiful.
Linda loves it. She's the office manager at our office in, out in Maryland.
Okay.
So when you call the office out there, Linda will be the one answering the phones. You guys, for whatever reason, end up calling the office out there. But I do want to give Anthony Stewart a little bit of time to tell his story. And you know, why he thinks I'm so great. Okay, he's all you.
Actually, your cousin.
I mean, before he comes up here and talk about himself, I do want to say that he's a very down-to-earth guy. He's won the American Classic of Excellence Award 3 years in a row. He's a Bowie State alumni. He's the Baseball Hall of Famer. It's a whole bunch of stuff, you know. So I'll let him tell.
That's right.
When I was her age, I was scared of everything. And I'm still scared of a lot of stuff. But anyway, probably back in the late 1980s, I was working for Xerox. And I had a student loan bill. Anybody have a student loan bill? And mine was only $50 a month. But I could not pay it, in all honesty. You know, I was a bad money manager. I just didn't know what to do as it relates to financial stuff. So a fraternity brother of mine said, you should take a look at financial services. I said, me? I don't know anything about financial services. He said, that's why you should get in it. Because if you don't know, think of all the other thousands of other people that don't know either. So I started off part-time. I had no intention of quitting my job at Xerox, benefits and all that. But in about 3 years, my part-time income caught up with my full-time income. And then for a year, I was practically living off of my part-time income. And after that, I said, you know, I think I'm ready to go out here full-time. And this was in June of 1993. But in June, I said I was going to quit the next day about 5 times. But I was actually scared to let that salary go. Honestly, I was. But July of 1993, I left the job full-time. And this is all I've been doing. I don't do anything else. I don't do any other marketing. I don't do anything else on the side. This is all I do is financial service work. And we started out with just me. Then I got a few other people on board. And then it was me and 2 other guys. And now we have over 150 professionals doing business in 14 different states. This year we're going to go well over $3 million. And right now our focus is really on the East Coast. We have another guy out in Texas that's doing a phenomenal job. We've only been out there once, but I want to build Philadelphia, and then I want to build on the Eastern Shore, because that's where our roots are from. So it makes no sense for us not to do more stuff on the East Coast. Kenji's here from the Virginia Beach area. We want to do that area. So I just want to get all out, and we need help. We need people to get the word out as it relates to finance, especially women. because y'all live longer than us, right? Y'all live longer than us, and some of y'all, not nobody in this room, you know, for those y'all that's married, well, my husband handles all that. But then when we die early, you're stuck with trying to do something you've never done before. So 80% of women over age 80 live in poverty. You know what I mean? There's so many other statistics about women. So it's very important. That's why I'm here tonight supporting Sharia. We'll continue to come up here. We'll continue to train. We'll continue to interview until we get everybody that we need in Philadelphia to expand it. So I'm excited to be here. We got our colleagues here from Maryland. You're going to hear a little bit more from them. Tony Brown has been with us now over 10 years. Linda Macklin, she's going to share her story from a female perspective. Kinley's here. Jermise has been with us now just under 2 years. Sally's brand new. And this time next year, we're going to be pointing, this person just started with us, this person, it could be you. So we're going to talk about the numbers before we leave here tonight.
Welcome everybody this evening. You guys could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here, and that is fantastic. Great to be here and studying Brotherly Love again and watching Sharia grow. A little about myself, once I got out of school, I was at General Motors, I was at Giant Food. Thought I had a promising career, but it was cut short in both places. I got in financial services in about 2004 because I just didn't like the idea of anyone having control over it. And a lot of my friends who are still in corporate America, a lot of them are making a couple $100,000 a year. But I wouldn't trade places with them for anything because someone still has control over their life and they can take that away. I know that my income is steady and I'll always make this much money. So it's able to enable me to do the things that I want to do for myself, for my family. Really excited about the opportunity here. Working with Mr. Stewart has really helped me grow personally and professionally. So I thank him for having Stewart Financial Services here, because I was at a couple places before I came here. So it is an opportunity to build a business, build a legacy, and fulfill some of the dreams that you have to actually achieve some of the things that you probably have on your dream board at home. So for those who are seeing this for the first time, financial services is the #1 industry in the world. It's something that everybody needs to know about. And it's really a chance for you to do something fantastic for yourself and your family. So take advantage, and you can work right with just Watson Moore here.
So I'm going to ask Linda to go ahead and give her a short bio about herself and her journey with Stewart Financial Services.
Let me tell you about Linda before she starts. I was on my way back from Virginia Beach. I mean, I've been running hard for 3 days. And I get a phone call saying the other agent said, I want you to meet this lady. I think she'd be a good asset to her team. So it was Linda Macklin one Friday afternoon. And we sat down and talked. She came on board. Then about 3 years later, I said, I need somebody that's not just good on the outside sales part, but I need somebody to actually help run it. So she does both. She wears 2 hats. She's an agent, and she's also helps run their operations. So she's been with us now 6 years plus.
6 years.
Yes, Linda Darnell Macklin.
Ladies, we rule.
Yes.
We rule. I love that. My story was pretty much, I got laid off. In 5 years, I got laid off from 3 different positions. I was so tired of that. I wanted something that I could control a little more. I am on the salary side, and I have the part-time in financial services, which it's been a great fit. For some people, they can just step out and do commission sales only, because that's what this is. Running a business in financial services, or whatever the business is 1099. There is no salary. You know, you wake up unemployed every day. Your sales is what drives you. I did that for a little bit too, but now I'm experiencing both. I've been licensed since 2002. Never look back. I can't imagine not having my insurance license, because when some of those other things didn't work that I've tried, I've always been able to rely on my insurance license. Be it a contract, I've done Medicare sales, Medicare supplement sales, now IUL, and Index Universal Life sales, just financial services as a whole. It's just a great thing to fall back on or use as a springboard to do other things that you want to do. So I encourage you, take a look at it. If you don't have a lot of us have our we call our tree trunk, what we do our main source of income. And then we have these things on the side. So whether you're looking for something to do on the side, or whether you're looking for a career that you can turn into doing what these guys are doing, I totally agree with, take a look at financial services. So that's my
Thank you so much, Linda.
No.
Okay, so I want to ask Jermise to say something really. She's been with me for a while. I met her actually at a workshop about a year and a half ago, maybe close to 2 years ago. But I did not know Jermise from a can of paint when she joined my
Facebook one day, and there was an event, being financially fit or something like that, and I just popped up. And I said, "Oh, hey, that's tonight." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can get there in an hour." And I showed up, and Mr. Stewart was there, and I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I mean, I was taking notes because, you know, I work full-time. I work for Temple University. I am their senior recruiter for their medical school, so I travel around the country recruiting medical school students. And, you know, I'm like, wow, I'm recruiting these students, and they're gonna, you know, 4 years, I watch them graduate, I feel like they're my babies, and they're making 4 times my salary as physicians. And doesn't matter, as Linda said earlier, you know, how hard you work, your paycheck, you know, stays the same. How far you travel, California, Chicago, whatever, my paycheck always stayed the same. So I went to a workshop, and I just got so much information, because I thought, you know, I work for Temple, I got it made. I got a 401k, you know, I'm going to get my master's degree for free. I'm never leaving higher ed. And then Mr. Stewart just, you know, said a lot of things that just blew my mind. I felt like I was being born again. Like I was just learning all this information. And he was, presented his book, Saving Middle America, and he's like, you know, whoever can answer the most questions. I was like, me. He said, let me give her this book so she'll put her hand down. My God, you know, signed the book for me. And I talked to Cherie, and I said, you know, don't forget to call me, because, you know, a lot of times you go to these places and people never follow up with you. And she said, no, I'm going to follow up with you. And I said, I'm sick, call me. And she called me the next day, came down to my office. We sat, and, you know, she went over the insurance, different types of plans, and really how I could secure my financial future, and really showed me what my 401k was missing. And then before she left, I said, well, wait, I want to do what you do, because you're making money. Because I saw something in her. She was just young. She had so much spunk and fire. And I said, wherever you're going, I want to go, because I know you're going to be making some money, and I want to make money too. And she's like, okay, I want to do, you know, you want to do what I do? I said, absolutely. And I studied for my test, and she'll tell you, I mean, I didn't cook, I didn't clean, it wasn't nothing. No, that's not the truth. That's all I did was study.
She tried to reschedule the test.
I tried to, and my boyfriend was so funny. So my boyfriend said, I wanted to reschedule the test. He said, you done lost your mind. He said, for 3 weeks, we ain't done nothing. You ain't cooked. I'll take you down there today. If you fail, you fail. He said, you taking that test today. And I took it, and I passed with flying colors. And it's just been a learning experience ever since. And what I really like about Stewart Financial Services is the way that he treats his people. It's just a family, and it's just one of the best things that I ever could have done. So, thank you, Janice.
So for those of you
part of the Stewart Financial team, I'm up here with Sharia. We met, 2 years ago?
about 2 years ago,
I've been in financial services almost 20 years. Stewart and I go way back to 1994, 96, 97, somewhere back there. I was in Virginia Beach. I was down there. I was working in higher ed. I was still had my license. I was still doing things on the side. And I relocated back to Philadelphia. My wife got a promotion. We came back here. First person I called, because I said I'm opening my practice again, called Stewart. I said, you know, Anthony, I said, look, I'm trying. He said, it's funny, I was just thinking about you. We reconnected. We have our office up here, along with Sharia. We service Philadelphia, Delaware, New Jersey. I don't try to dip into Maryland. That's their negative. I just jump over Maryland and go straight back down to Virginia, where my wife's family is from. So, but it is a great opportunity. If you're looking for something to help you grow, definitely. And for you ladies, if you're looking for someone who can teach and mentor you, this young lady here, she impressed me the very first time I met her, and she's hungry. She came to things that I would present, and she took notes, and she wanted to learn from me. And then after a while, I started looking at her and saying, wait a minute, I need to learn a couple things from her. She can put certain things together. So you're in the right place at the right time for the right opportunity.
I appreciate that,
All right.
Kenji. Thank you.
You hear a bunch of rah-rah and everybody's talking about 7 figures and all that kind of stuff. But reality of it is less than 7% of Americans will ever make $100,000 a year. Think about that. Less than 7% of Americans will ever make $100,000 a year. So basically what we do in a nutshell, without giving you a full workshop, is we show people how to build a financial house. What's the first advice you get when you go to your job? What should I do? The first advice you hear is you should put in as much money as you can in your tax qualified plan. Isn't that pretty much what we hear? You should load up your 401k plan. But really, you got to look at it, and these are the things that help you build your financial house. And if I were to ask each and every one of you to label them in the order in which they should be done, very few people would build their house correctly. Most people will say, well, the first thing I should do is retirement. You know what I mean? Or maybe emergency money, but that's not it. The first thing you got to do, there are really 4 circles. When you really sit back and look at it, there are 4 circles. There's protection, there's savings, there's debt, and there's your lifestyle. And you got to ask people, where is most of their money going? If you think about it, most of it is going to these 2. And these 2 are last, right? And if it's not much left over, we don't put much value in this. So when you start building your financial house, I don't care what nobody says, the first thing you need to do is get your life insurance together. Because that depends on your health. You can always save money, right? That has nothing to do with health. But you can't always get your insurance together. That has everything to do with health. So then after that, then you got to get your emergency money, and then you can think about retirement. Not until, because if you start off with your retirement first, and then you have an emergency, what happens when you touch it before 59 and a half? You got to deal with Uncle Sam. How many of y'all think taxes are going to be higher in the future? Let me see a show of hands. How many of y'all think taxes are going to be higher in the future? How many of y'all think they could be much higher? How many of y'all want to pay them? So what you have to do is isolate yourself from future tax hikes, right? And it's only one way to do it, and that's with permanent life insurance. Life insurance is not just about if you die. Life insurance has never paid a dead person. It only pays a living person. So life insurance is really about the living, and this is what the wealthy people do with their money. Not one person, not one of our clients, and over 50,000 clients lost money in the market in 2007, 2008. But everybody that had money in the market lost some money in 2007, 2008. So this is first. Emergency money second, this is third, this is fourth, and then this is fifth. So we got to plan it right, we got to build our house right. Now once people understand that, as a new representative, I don't have my PowerPoint and all that. I'm just going numbers right off the top of my head. I pretty much know these numbers are accurate. But if you're beginning with us and you do 2 sales a week, part-time, and the average person invests $100 a month, 2 sales a week, you're going to make an extra $52,000 a year. I know the numbers. 52, think about what your household would look like if you didn't change anything you're doing right now and you brought home an extra 50 grand a year, part-time. Then you decide how much you want to pay Uncle Sam. This is our last tax shelter, y'all, is being a business owner. Uncle Sam hasn't taken care of that yet. He already has your 401k, he already got that. But being a business owner, you determine how much you're going to pay him. So every 90 days in our system, you can get promoted. So let's say you move up to the next level, doing the same 2 sales, right? So y'all making me nervous because there's a lot of women in here. You're gonna make $57,000 a year. You just got a promotion after 90 days of doing this. Now you're doing the same 2 sales a week, you at $52,000. We're gonna give you another one. 2 sales, now you at $63,000. You got your second raise in 6 months. You at $63,000 a year part-time, all right? So now you're probably getting pretty good at this now. Now you're doing 3 sales at that level. You at $75,000 a year. You're probably about a year into the business now. You're still part-time. You still got your full-time job. What you gonna do with all this extra money? You can pay off some debt. You can build your own retirement. We gotta create our own pension, y'all. Y'all know that, right? You can't rely on nobody. You gotta build your own pension. Majority of our agents are clients. And they're using this part-time income to set up their own tax-free retirement because they know they can't get it at their job. So I'm gonna give you now level 4. I'm gonna give you what they call level 4 to the point where Mark Zuckerberg said your messages are too long. You know what I mean? It took me a week to read that message. But she recruited herself. You know, so people find things to do. And the thing about this industry, it only gets better with time. It's just like a fine wine. The older it is, the better it gets. It's the same thing in this business. And basically, once you understand the tax laws, you can talk to anybody. It doesn't matter how educated they are, how much money they have. You can help them. And when you do that, you get paid. You don't have to take your boss out to lunch and all that to get a promotion. You get your own promotion. And you women have such an advantage. Y'all have such an advantage. Women would rather do business with other women. And if you call a single guy versus me calling a guy, you're going to get in that house before I will. Because you're a woman. Think about it. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all are a little bit more, I guess, warm and fuzzy. You know what I mean? People would do business with women. You know what I mean? We need more women in this industry. This has always been a male-dominated business. We need more women in this industry. And we're going to build a team in Philadelphia, and men and women, as long as we know what they are. You know, they come in either man or woman. If we got to figure out what you are, we probably not going to be able to. But anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you can make, we have, our top part-timer, our top agent is a part-timer. He made over $220,000 last year. He's a PhD student. He's a full-time nurse. I don't know how he does it. His name is Joseph Winini. He's been the top seller the last 3 years, and he's still part-time. You know what I mean? So I'm saying all that to say, you gotta create your own thing. it's time for us to quit looking for opportunities and start creating them. So my job is to find people and get them in a position where they're gonna make $500,000 or more working for themselves. Any volunteers? Well, if you join our team, we can show you how to do that. And all you got to do is go study and make a sacrifice for a couple of weeks and get that license. And once you get that license, you never have to take that test ever again. So in other words, it's a 30-day sacrifice for something that would change your life forever. It has definitely changed my life forever. So I would encourage you to seriously consider it, and let's make this thing happen in the city of brotherly love. That's all I got, y'all.
Please stick around and have a conversation with us. But also, it doesn't just stop with the adults, it really starts with our kids. And I say that because Mary has given me the opportunity to work with her, and we're still waiting for the contract, but where we can go into public schools and educate our kids with financial literacy. Because if we're not starting with our kids and we're waiting for them to become adults, and then it's kind of too late, or it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks or whatever the saying is, but that's pretty much organizations, any organization that we could come and present to. It doesn't matter the size of the group, 5 to 20 people, 20 to 50 people or more, the more the better. But
So when you have, I guess so the next time you have events, just tell me when it is, where it is, or whatever, so I can support you. And then I don't know what kind of work or whatever that's doing.
are you serious?
She said something to me the other day when I saw her, but she didn't tell me everything.